Nothing compares to the breathtaking beauty of our Karabakh mountains. They fascinated me since childhood. I've been to many places throughout the Soviet Union, but none has captivated me as Karabakh does. I've never wished to live anywhere else. I love Karabakh. With his roots in Shushi, Edward Jamharyan came here from Kazakhstan immediately following the liberation of the city and found his family's two-story home. I was thrilled to be in Shushi. It's a small fairy tale city. Back in the Soviet years, his grandfather had advised his grandchildren to live nowhere else but in Shushi, if at all possible. Edward Jamharyan has not only found his grandparents' house, but transformed it into a tourist destination. He's been restoring the building's classic, ornate look while preserving and displaying every interesting item, every artifact reminiscent of Armenian Shushi, which he has collected from throughout the buildings and streets of the liberated fortress city. This is a traditional Karabakhian room. Everything in here is an antique. This is how I found the room. It's how people used to live in Karabakh. I adore this room and have noticed that my guests are also fond of it. I'd like people to come and stay here, enjoy it. The upper floor already looks like an old-fashioned hotel. Jamharyan has converted the adjacent space into a museum, where he keeps artifacts he has unearthed, as well as items he has made with his own hands. During the war, we had established a small carpet-making factory in Shushi. I had seen a picture of this carpet in some book. The caption said it was a traditional Karabakh carpet, and its original was kept in Baku. At once, I decided to recreate that carpet. This is an antique strainer. After you fill it with 2 buckets of water, drops of water will dribble down from the other end. What you get is a clean liquid that tastes like spring water. When you fill the strainer with dirty water, it will purify it and make it very tasty. Although the classic Shushi hotel lacks certain modern amenities, Jamharyan is confident that what he has created is much more than a hotel. He has even installed a wigwam in the courtyard as an added tourist attraction. You get to enjoy both local culture and a great place for relaxation, surrounded by mulberry and raspberry trees and a fountain. You can sit around, eat and drink, enjoy the clean air, and then go to sleep. Can there be a better vacation? Edward Jamharyan's house is already becoming a favorite tourist spot, with many visitors showing an interest in his artifacts and ending up staying at his hotel. Our guests like the property very much. A few days ago, I hosted a French couple. As they were leaving, they told me this was their favorite place in Karabakh. I also had a Scottish guest who stayed in the wigwam for 3 days. Then there were a couple of very pretty, pleasant, smart Israeli young women who were on the verge of tears when they were leaving. They said they'll be back. I get sad when I say goodbye to my guests. To Jamharyan, this little world he has created feels like a childhood dream. His childhood was spent in Stepanakert before he left Artsakh. Jamharyan was among the first to step foot in Shushi in 1992. He says he will never leave the city. When I was a child, I often dreamed that I was in beautiful old structures and they were a part of me. Well, whether you're a child or a grown man, your heart and inner eyes stay the same. Today, when I look at those old artifacts, even at that piece of hewn stone, which was once a part of a wall, I see a soul in them. They were made by human beings. That's why I like these artifacts. There's a soul in them. Jamharyan lived in Shushi during the war years. Today, from this remote corner of the city near the forest, the 60-year-old Shushi denizen who lives alone keeps up with world events. Karabakh is the best. The world is on the verge of destruction. As you know, everyone is at each other's throats. You've got famines, wars, massacres. In contrast, there's peace in our country, and that's because we're defending our borders. We've got the military might and are protecting our land. Now we must equally defend our republic and strive for prosperity, in order to achieve our desired state of affairs. If we as a people do well and continue on the path of development, together with our government, then we've achieved our goal.